What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Denton Fire Museum. We have lots of things to show you guys in here. So let's just, you know what? Let's just go around this way and let's just look at everything. We have a lot of weirdly dressed firefighters here. Why do they look different? Let's start with this guy with the really cool mustache. Okay, yeah, this guy is, he was a firefighter in the 1920s through the 1930s. You notice he doesn't really look like we dress now. So he just wore blue jeans, boots, and just a raincoat, really, whenever he would go in to fight fires. This pole that he's up against used to be at our old Station 3 that they tore down many years ago. So we have it here now in the museum. This guy, we're moving up in the years closer to us now, in the 70s. Now he has some breathing, a breathing apparatus. He has an air bottle back there so he can breathe fresh air in the fire. So now he's wearing firefighter pants, and now he's wearing a coat and everything. And then you can see as we move along, this guy's wearing just a weird breathing deal that he wears in front. And then, how do you guys think we look today now? Just like this guy. Right? This guy probably has 50 to 70 pounds of gear on with his air pack, his helmet, his face mask, and all of his pants and his coat. He weighs about that much more than he normally does. So this is what we look like today whenever you guys see us at a fire. This is what we'll look like. So let's come on over here. This one's really cool. This is something the Denton Fire Department had in the 1800s. Over 100 years ago, horses would latch on to the hose cart and bring the fire hose to where the fire is so that they can use water to put the fire out. Wow, I've never seen metal wheels before. I guess that's what they had back in the 1800s. So let's see, what else do we have over here? Oh, a trampoline. Yeah, we don't use trampolines anymore, but man, I wish we could still use those at the fire station and just jump around whenever we have some downtime. It'd be cool to just jump on a trampoline. They used to use those a long time ago. A whole bunch of firemen would grab onto the trampoline, and someone, if they were trapped on a second-story window, that person would have to jump out onto the trampoline. Sounds scary, but if you really needed to, I guess you would jump out onto it. This is always interesting. I like looking at this. In 1975 was the last big car accident for the Denton Fire Department. We had an engine that overturned on, I believe it was University in North Locust. So that was, yeah, like I said, 1975. Everyone survived out of that wreck. All right, this dress uniform coat is from our very first fire chief in Denton, Chief Jack Gentry. And if you look up all along the wall throughout this whole tour, you guys are gonna see some fire shields. They're called helmet shields. These go onto our helmets. They go onto the front of our helmet, and they tell who you are and what your position is in the fire department. All these shields that you see are men and women that have retired from the Denton Fire Department. Chad Weldon and Audie Morris were our last guys to retire and get their shields up. And there should be about 3 more put up from other firemen that have retired recently. This whole section right here is dedicated to the event that happened on September 11th, 2001, when the World Trade Center collapsed. We have just all the 343 firemen that lost their lives that day. Here's a picture of Ground Zero, and all this equipment here is from that area on that day. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh, my favorite part of this museum: fire grenades. Fire grenades. I wish we still had them today, but unfortunately we don't. So what these guys would do, they would use some of this foam and some other chemicals. They'd put them in like a little light bulb looking thing, and they would throw it into the fire, hoping the fire would go out. A lot of times it didn't work, which is why we don't use them today. But I have seen a few articles showing that there are some new devices coming out for certain kinds of fires. So hopefully one day I'll get to use a fire grenade. Until then, I just get to look at it. Sad. This one's always cool. The oldest photograph known of the Denton Fire Department. Wow, I can't even see these guys' faces, but I can see a big bell in the picture. That bell and this bell, this is, if you go to the Fire Museum today, you'll see that same bell outside, and it rings at the same time. A long time ago, they would ring that at 10 o'clock every morning for a moment of prayer. They would also ring that at 12 o'clock, telling everyone what time it was. But most importantly, they would use that bell for when there was an emergency in town. All the firefighters would be in town and hear that bell and know that there's an emergency. These are old buckets. Before we had the horse-drawn fire hose, there used to be big teams of firemen that would make a bucket brigade. It would really turn into the whole town would try to put a single fire out by making a big long line, one guy at the end getting a bucket of water and sending it down the line to where the fire is. And they would use these very buckets to put that fire out. That guy's weird. Let's see, proximity suit. We use a proximity suit for aircraft fires. We use it for flash fires. So you'll see if there's a plane fire, you'll see it at our airport. These guys will wear these shiny looking bunker gear that looks kind of like foil. The reason it's shiny is because it reflects the heat off of them. It reflects all that light. This is another one of my favorite things in the museum, is the piercing nozzle. We still use these on our engines. We still have them on a few of our engines. But what would normally happen with the piercing nozzle is this really sharp end right here would go up against the building. One guy would be holding the piercing nozzle and another guy's over here with a big hammer, and he just hits it in the building. Boom. And then once they get this end of the nozzle inside, they put water through here, and it works kind of like the sprinkler. So we put it in the building and we make our own sprinkler out of the piercing nozzle. Oh man, these are big nozzles. These are really big nozzles. These are called ground monitors or portable monitors. They're bigger because they put out way more water than our regular nozzles would that we would hold. So these things, you can't hold on to them. Oh, hey, what's up, Bob? How's it going? Say hi to everybody. Bob is our arson investigator. He investigates fires that happen to see if someone may have set them on purpose. And if he does find that they set them on purpose, those people get in really big trouble. This is called a thermal imaging camera. If you guys come and check out the fire station, you guys can see the thermal imaging camera in real life. When we turn it on, you can see through the dark. You can see through smoke. So if we come into a fire, or if we're looking for someone in the dark, we can use the thermal imaging camera to find your body heat. And you can see just like an orange person walking through the house, or maybe someone that's laying on the ground. You can see a person's body through this little camera. So, all right guys, thank you so much for coming over to the Fire Museum. I'm glad you guys were able to watch this video. You guys have a good day, and hope to see you guys soon.